Imagine this, a crowded little family restaurant on a rainy night, the kind of place where tired fathers bring their kids because it's cheaper than cooking at home. The soft clatter of plates mixes with the hum of conversations. A man in his 30s, clothes a little worn but clean, wipes the ketchup off his daughter's cheek and tries to smile, though his eyes tell another story. He's a single dad, working 2 jobs, barely making ends meet. He's here not because he can afford it, but because his daughter begged for a small celebration. She got top marks on her school test. At another table, a sharply dressed woman sits alone. Her jewelry gleams, her tailored suit screams wealth, but her face is tired in a way money can't hide. To the strangers around, she looks like just another wealthy businesswoman stopping in for dinner. But what no one knows is that she's one of the most powerful billionaires in the city, here in secret, just trying to escape the pressure for a moment. The father notices her only once, when his daughter points out her shiny necklace. He laughs it off and distracts her with the menu. But fate was already setting the stage. As the meals arrive, laughter and chatter fill the room, until a sound cuts through it all. The wealthy woman gasps, her hands flying to her throat. She's choking. For a moment, nobody moves. People freeze, unsure of what to do. But not the single dad. Without hesitation, he pushes back his chair and rushes over. His little girl cries out, "Daddy," as he kneels behind the woman, performing the Heimlich maneuver with trembling arms. She struggles, panicked, before finally coughing out the piece of steak that had lodged in her throat. The whole restaurant erupts into relieved applause, but the father doesn't bask in it. He simply pats her back, asks softly, "Are you all right?" and steps back, embarrassed by the attention. The woman, still shaken, looks at him, really looks at him, for the first time. She sees more than just a man in a faded shirt. She sees the worry in his tired eyes, the way he immediately returns to reassure his daughter, as if saving her life was just another chore in his endless day. She tries to thank him, but he brushes it off. Anyone would have done it, he mutters, though deep down he knows most people froze. Dinner goes on, though everything feels different now. The billionaire can't stop glancing at him, at the way he talks gently to his daughter, giving her the last bite of his food while pretending he's full. That moment pierces her heart more than choking ever did. Later, when they rise to leave, she makes a decision. She follows them outside into the rain. "Wait," she calls out, and the father turns, startled. She approaches, her heels splashing in the puddles, and says, "You saved my life. Let me repay you." He shakes his head quickly. "No need. Just glad you're okay." She studies him for a moment, then notices his daughter holding a school project wrapped in plastic, trying to keep it dry. Something about the child's bright eyes despite the father's weary face stirs something deep in her. Over the next week, their paths cross again, not by accident, but because she makes sure of it. She shows up at the diner where he washes dishes. She leaves a generous tip at the cafe where he serves tables. Finally, one night, she approaches him honestly. "You don't know who I am," she admits, "but I run a company. And I don't just want to thank you, I want to give you an opportunity." The father resists at first. Pride keeps him from accepting charity. But when she explains it's not a handout but a job, a real chance to use his skills, to provide for his daughter, he pauses. "Why me?" he asks softly. Her answer is simple, "Because you saved my life when you didn't have to. And because I see the kind of man you are. That's the kind of person I want on my team." From there, the story unfolds with challenges and breakthroughs. The single dad, uncertain but determined, rises through the company. He stumbles, learns, and grows. His daughter, once worried about losing him to endless shifts, now beams with pride as he picks her up from school on time. And the billionaire woman, once hardened by power, finds herself softened by the reminder that humanity isn't found in boardrooms but in the small, selfless acts of ordinary people. By the end, their lives are forever changed, not because a man saved a billionaire, but because two souls from opposite worlds collided in a moment of crisis and discovered hope. The story leaves us with a powerful truth: kindness has the power to bridge any gap, and sometimes, the greatest wealth lies not in what you own, but in what you give. And if this story touched your heart, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Because stories like these remind us all that no matter how hard life gets, miracles can happen in the most unexpected places. The father stood in silence outside the cafe, rain dripping off his jacket. He wanted to believe her words, but doubts clung to him like shadows. A billionaire offering him a job? It sounded like one of those fairy tales he read to his daughter at night, stories that always felt too good to be true. He shook his head. "I'm just a guy trying to get by. You don't owe me anything." But she didn't flinch. "I know what it's like to feel unseen,"